And it almost feels surreal that it's even mine to keep forever. And so that's how you know it's right to get it tattooed on your body. Hello, what is up, beautiful people? I hope you are having a fantastic start to your day. I know that I am. If you are watching this, I'm so grateful. I want to introduce myself if we haven't met already. My name is Bailey N. Bain. I'm a spiritual entrepreneur as well as a yoga and meditation instructor. So an endo warrior. So I've been on here documenting my journey with endometriosis as it has been happening and uncovering. It's something that has been kind of recurring in my life for the last 10 years, but finally being diagnosed and getting everything figured out this year in 2021. Yay! So stay tuned on my journey. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit that subscribe, and the bell. That way you can stay up to date every time I post a new video. I post on Tuesdays and Fridays. So I've done a video similar to this before. At my 2-week post-op, I got this tattoo here. It's a bat. He's got purple eyes. He's carrying sage. He's in front of a bonsai tree, and it's got the chakras back there as well. And today is my 4-week post-op. So last time at the 2-week, I still had little surgical glue on my incision sites. And this time I am totally healed. Everything looks and feels great. So mobility and sitting through this tattoo shouldn't be as weird of an experience. This one should be totally fine, dandy, and normal. So I'm going back today and getting the next part of my arm done. I'm getting a lot of work done here where there's nothing. So enjoy this plain arm while you can, because this is gonna be covered. All right, so I'm going to take you along my journey, and I'm going to just kind of share my experience with you. Let's go. Okay, if I'm being honest, it's a couple days later now that I am coming back to you, but I wanted to check in, close this video, and kind of walk you through what I've been doing the last couple of days. So Tuesday, I wrapped up my appointment with Jessica over at Watchtower Tattoo in Utica, and we did an amazing session on my arm. It's a combination of my birth chart with some flowers and crystals and a little praying mantis up at the top of it. And it turned out so good. I absolutely love the colors. Now let me just say that this spot is a little bit of a tender spot. It wasn't super bad at first. It was a little bit tender near the elbow and a little bit above the kind of arm crease there. And then, so if you can kind of see in the birth chart how there's the little lines inside of the circle, she did all of those first, and then at the very end she came back and did all of the shading. And my skin is so sensitive and tender, like it swells up really bad. So that was quite tender and painful when it came to time to do that. Even she was like, ooh, you're gonna hate me when it comes time to do the shading on this. And I'm like, oh, great. Definitely something to prepare yourself for mentally, and just be ready for that. The inside of the arm is a little bit of a tender spot if and when you go to tattoo that spot. The healing process. So my tattoo artist uses second skin. It's called Saniderm. And honestly, for me, having the tattoo is less painful than taking off the Saniderm. So I opt out of using that. She usually just wraps my arm in saran wrap until I get home. I take it off, kind of let it breathe. Now, when it comes to healing, and my tattoo artist tells me this all the time, she's like, you do a fantastic job at letting, and caring for your tattoos and letting them heal up, and they always heal very nicely. So I always love getting that compliment. I thank you. And I'm just gonna kind of show you what I do. So The key to tattoo care when you get a fresh tattoo is to keep it clean and hydrated. Now, you don't want it to be like soaking wet all the time, but you do want to make sure that you wash the tattoo very gently with soap and water. And when I do this, I use Dial antibacterial soap. This is what my tattoo artist recommends, and it is what I have been using every single time. So I just kind of lather the soap a little bit and just pat it over the tattoo area. Now, especially so I do this the first day before I go to sleep after I get my tattoo done, and this is when it's almost going to be more painful this first time that you wash the tattoo than it even was getting the tattoo done. So I recommend as soon as you get home from your tattoo appointment, take a Tylenol. That way you can start to get that pain management in, and because it's gonna start stinging once your adrenaline wears off. That tattooed area, it's an open wound, so it's going to sting, it's going to hurt. So taking a Tylenol or an Advil or whatever kind of pain relief is always a good idea. So then washing the area very gently, and this is going to be something that you're going to repeat the gentle washing cycle every time you wash it, because as your tattoo starts to heal, the skin is going to push the ink out and scab and flake off. So you're not going to want to pull those scabs out. You're going to want to be very gentle and make sure that you're patting the area. So after you wash it with soap and water, go ahead and take a clean paper towel and again, just pat the area dry. After this, now this is the stingy part. This is the part that's going to be a little bit painful here at first, especially this first time, is the lotion. So again, my tattoo artist recommends using Lubriderm. I buy a fragrance-free sensitive skin blend. That way there's no harmful fragrances in there that will harm the healing process. So I usually just do a nice generous pump on the back of my hand, and I kind of get a nice smooth lather on the back of my hand. That way I can apply a nice even thin layer over the tattooed area. And again, sit down and make sure that you breathe through this, because it's going to sting, especially this first time that you do it. It's going to sting. It might not sting after the first time, but the first time it's going to be painful. So just brace yourself and be prepared for that. And that's pretty much it as far as caring for the tattoo goes. I do this, so I wash it when I wake up and before I go to bed, and then I add another layer, just a thin layer of lotion in the middle of the day, just so 3 times a day, 2 times washing, 1 time just applying lotion. And that seemed to do pretty well with the tattoo that I got the first time with my bat, and now this time. Of course, that's what I did for the Spirit of Detroit tattoo and my tattoo behind my ear, and also my amethyst as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a process, and my sister says, oh, that must have been extremely painful, but to me it's like having a couple hours of pain and a few days of discomfort for a lifetime of enjoying this piece of artwork on my body is totally worth it. I am so happy. One of the things that I love the most about tattoos is simply that it's an expression of me and who I am and what I enjoy, and so it's almost contributing to my identity in that source. So thank you to my tattoo artist Jessica for making me feel a little bit more like me in my own skin. For those of you wondering, the actual image itself of my tattoo, it is my birth chart, so it's my custom birth chart where the planets are aligned on my chart, the exact time and place that I was born. And so it's completely custom and unique to me, and that always guides me in my life and my purpose. And so I wanted to have that tattooed on me for sure. I love crystals and wildflowers. I'm kind of a more like a natural, naturistic kind of person, and so I definitely wanted to include that kind of naturistic feel here. And then the praying mantis. So, this is so fun. Not only do I love praying mantises, but it is a sign and a symbol, a spirit animal that shows up in my life quite often. Last summer, when everything in my life was kind of going very chaotic and crazy, and I was learning a ton of lessons about my health and the way that I run my business and how I am productive within my day, we had 2 praying mantises that would hang out around our house all the time. And I would always see them in the moment that I needed the divine message to slow down, take it easy, and just, be still. Just be with yourself, do what you need to do. It's for self-care. And that's the message of the praying mantis. This is to be slow and be still and easy. And this year, Cody found what we thought were 2 cocoons in our butterfly bush, and they turned out to be praying mantis eggs. So I will insert the footage here, but a couple of weeks ago, the praying mantis eggs actually hatched, and we have about 150 babies on our butterfly bush outside of our house. So little praying mantis babies. They are so adorably cute. I cannot wait to watch them grow up. I can't wait to see how many big live praying mantises we have around our house this summer, nearing the end of the summer. I think that'll be super interesting to find out and see. And so yeah, that's the reason and the meaning behind this tattoo. And I'm actually calling this whole arm, I'm going back in December to get the rest of it done, but I'm calling it my spirit sleeve. So it's spirit symbols, things that have guided me along my spiritual awakening, my path, and so forth. So things that have been healing in nature for me. So I absolutely love it. It feels like me, it looks like me, and it's just such a blessing to be here and to be able to have this beautiful artwork done on my body. And it almost feels surreal that it's even mine to keep forever. And so that's how you know it's right to get it tattooed on your body. I've had kind of a list of symbols that I wanted to include for a really long time, and it got to the point where it was like, okay, I need to book the session to get this sleeve up and going. So I'm glad that we're here, and I'm excited to finish the 3rd part in December. So stay tuned. I love you all. I thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next video. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Join our Endo Warrior Goddess community by clicking the link in the description. And as always, I'll be back every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday with more content.